Yes, royal family, greetings, love and light energies. Give thanks to life. Give thanks to the source, you know. Yeah, man, so as the reason continue about this Atlantis thing now, so I go kind of come with more receipts, not that reason. Like, I kind of did most of just that do a freelance talking on the whole thing, which is just the reality, because I try to show them say all these monuments and things where we are see all over the world, where, you know, to the time where them say it create, which is even much older. Seeing? And then now the precisions and all of this thing where the thing them have. And we not supposed to have those tools. Right? The landmark and all them places, the special places where all these things are, some of these things are located. It's like, you know, they must say we not supposed to have even knowledge to do all of these things. Now you say, we have to know the whole thing go with the colonizer and how he might try to suppress we and suppress information, because knowledge is key, you know. Seeing? So we have to just try to get over the whole of that. Now this reference now and these receipts now, this receipt book you know when me draw for is my one and only, very special last book of Enki. Me not have no more. Me not have no libraries or book for you read nothing from today then. Seeing? So I'm going to use for it vibration and try to show the item a thing and make sure we can have a better understanding. Why all these things where we are see? You know, some the undersea, some still upon land, buried and all of that. Why are these monuments and places that we have been discovering for the past how much years? Right? Seems, not even seem, are saying, without a doubt, more sophisticated things. The talk over in India. The talk over there, so. So we forget to them things. So me I try to show them say no, this whole Atlantis thing was when them come and the whole place where them do them thing, where them see suitable for set up shop for anything possible where them need. So we're going at the whole of that. So I'll read from the introduction of this thing here. Just to have a little idea. So this is the introduction to the last book of Enki. So the man says some 445,000 years ago, astronauts from another planet came to Earth in search of gold. Splashing down in one of Earth's seas, they waded ashore and established Eridu, home in the faraway. In time, the initial settlement expanded to a full-fledged mission to Earth center with a mission control center, a spacecraft, a spaceport, mining operations, and even a way station on Mars. So short of manpower, the astronauts employed genetic engineering to fashion primitive workers to Homo sapiens. The deluge that catastrophically swept over the Earth required a fresh start. The astronauts became gods, granting mankind civilization, teaching it to worship. Then about 4,000 years ago, all that had been achieved unraveled in a nuclear calamity, brought about by the visitors to Earth in the course of their own rivalries and wars. So make a reason about that little part I just read now. So this is the introduction to the book. So what they must say, them did come here 445,000 years ago. Now according to this whole Atlantis thing, as I tell you them with research, them say it get destroyed 11,500 years ago. So if you see something that exists from whensoever time, because they never fixed date, from whensoever time that exists till it get destroyed at that time. That's why I read about the deluge that catastrophically, you understand, destroy the place and then have to deal with a new start. So the catastrophically that swept over the earth now, this is when the ice age did melt, because they must say now within the science they know. They must say for the past say 1 million or so years, earth did at an angle and it gather ice. Make we put it so simpler. So 11,000 years ago, them say a shift occur within the angle. And that shift will cause more sun to start to penetrate Earth. And it go on from them time that it even know. So they must say this shift cause the vibration there and cause the ice age, because these ice things they gather for, as I say, over 1,000,000 years, So it caused a great flood. So that was one of the stages when Atlantis, so to speak, they get destroyed. Because in reality now, family, based upon them I just read, a 500, nearly 500,000 years ago them come here, We don't have no other record about no other beings or did they do nothing. The only fact is that this record, even though them have it in the museums, them hide it from we, John Public. It's just simple like that, So as I say now, the first them established at Eridu. And if you go do your research, it might tell you the first city upon earth. So you must know, say just for check how advanced these beings were. You know want to know how them city look. Because them tell you, so this is the first place that they have all toilet and sidewalk and all of these things. The first city in the world, like Eridu. So you must know there's a boss, Plus now, them tell you, so them have mission control center. We know what a mission control center is. We know. We see Elon Musk with it. We see the big old building. We see the equipment them in it. Come on. You understand me I deal with? What them say them have again? Spaceport. Yeah? Spaceport, family. And a dock, and a ship dock. Hey, I said, but hey, me try for wonder, say, how these people more time me I listen to some videos about this Atlantis thing, they just make it sound difficult, The man them said that them they carry out mining operation. So me tell you what is a mining operation was the day I say. Boom, me go here, so I find gold and me set up camp. Me have to have everything there suffice the workers them, Plus the Anunnaki them, It's a whole complex of out there so now, Hospital, doctor, everything of there so, No big truck nobody that carry out nothing. Remember me telling you the first video, man, say everything a levitate per machinery, man. When if you get the levels of me I say, so I swear say no through them say them didn't want manpower them upgrade us, which we were Homo erectus at the time. Which that the story is about, but me just showing the same way. And even this time I left out a way station on Mars. So then I tell you, so when the thing left from the spaceport up here, seeing it shotgun, me they say shotgun moon, but it shotgun Mars. Cause here I make nothing but set up on moon now. That the Enki and Marduk they go check it out. And them did have to live in them spacecraft. Them up the boy here. They must say up there you can't manage without your gas mask and oxygen thing. Your bird suit, So in a reality, would I say them shot go straight to Mars from Earth? Yes, if you need anything or you need to stop over fix something, you can't stop a moon. You run out of fuel and you want water, you can't stop over there, yes. But straight to Mars, and then Mars now was this place now where shoot off now and go to the big mothership now. And the big mothership carry the gold. Gone by road. So even that alone, family. Even that alone, For sure, you say no joke thing, No, them there, them talk about nuclear calamity, which I eat now, me read and show there them now where that they destroy the place. Me kind of mention a lot of different stories. And I show there them. See? Now we are going to one thing now, we name the glossary. So that are for them look interpretations, so to speak, of things, of words and all of them things, the way it mean, for them vibes and all of that, see? Because in a hard enough families that are just the system I try trick we, because in reality, everything is here. You know them way that everything is here, all the evidence is just there. Me say you have this big old stone where you say laser beam cut it in a two. And scientists try to tell you all type of things. When you look on all these statues are built up. See, now me get finance and see him, Daddy Marduk build all them statues there. And him had the plick. Even Daddy Anu and Daddy Enki and all of them were there with the statues. Eh? Big, tall statues them. The man them tell you say the same radius at the one jar at the same pan the next jar, nothing no slip, nothing no miss. Eh? Oh that? How you explain that? And you're gonna say we did primitive more than we are now. So never we family. As I say, I mean I left it out. You have the other parts them where they get enlightened or did that help do certain things when them did come into existence 200,000 years after. So it even for sure say even we were once called Atlanteans, same way, because we there from everything, even from when we there Homo erectus and Atlantis there, we were Atlanteans, so to speak. You understand me I say? So I just them a try to make the thing difficult here for me because you see a confusion them work with. And the more them can keep we confused, you know, it's like say, when we confused and don't know the thing, it better for them rule we. Cause them everything with them buck up, them try to make up all type of stories, how them things are coming into existence. And the real truth where they them are going at them to see it. So we're going to the glossary now and see what I'm going. I'm going to just read it out from A, go right down to Z. But I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to just try to take out certain words we have something to do with, you know, show say yes, modern vibrations that are going even before now, are even more modernized than what are going now. Alright. So we know the glossary now, family. Seeing so alright, Abgal, spacecraft pilot, first commander of the landing place. So he might be the first pilot that did come here after Alelo. Alelo was the first one to really come here, you know, but him now was the pilot now will come when he that carry Daddy Enki and someone to come assess out where Alelo did that say. Abzu, Enki's gold mining domain in Southeast Africa. You must know, you hear what that is? Gold mining domain. Is not underneath Chapal in the man and the family, the man have everything set up. Right? Adab, the Nershag Post Diluvial Center City in Sumer. You see that? It's a city that in Sumer the name Adab. And the Nershag one. Post Diluvial, that I mean that are before the Ice Age melting thing. Anytime you say post Diluvial before that. See? Alright. Alagar, spacecraft pilot, commander of Iridu. Alelo, the deposed king of Nibiru who escaped to Earth. So you must know him escaped from Nibiru to Earth, you know. And him discovered the goal and he must say, boy, they must forgive him back kingship up on Nibiru. Or him not go tell them about the goal or whatever, but him there to find it. Anyway, him work out a deal with them. Him come here, keep up some arms house, them imprison him on Mars, him dead on Mars. So as well this I say, his image was carved on the rock that was on Mars. So this face on Mars where every scientist are going at them don't know, like them not read this a book here. Seeing? I know other book with Zachariah stitching right. Them are going, them don't know, but me know, and me I come tell them. So the face on Mars is a king named Alelo from Nibiru. I'm tomb. So you see up on Mars now, family. Mars one time did have, as well them telling us science. Like, you know, some people were there off the chart, conspiracy theory, so to speak. Them tell us say Mars, they must show you lake bed, river bed, this, that, how much monuments and all them set up in our settings where and not just normal rock formation and everything. Them know everything, but them are going, them don't know. So as I say, Moon never really place where you could have take off Mars, but Mars now you could have take off Mars. Because remember say Mars now the watchers them did left from and come down here, you know. Alright. Come down here, so now again we have Anzo, spacecraft pilot. Seeing? Well, Anunnaki, as me then at the A, Anunnaki, it mean those who from heaven to earth came. From Nibiru to earth. So heaven, Nibiru them call heaven. Or you can call space itself heaven. Saying, Ararat, a domain granted to Ainana, part of the third region. And me don't tell you who Ainana is. She a woman. And she come with the whole fussiness what you see in India, you know. Whole heap of carvings and this and that. Yes, man. And she, man. Seeing? They must say Apsu is the primordial progenitor of the solar system, which is the sun. See that, family? Alright. I'll do a reason about that different. Asar, the Egyptian god called Osiris. So the man will tell you, say, what them call Osiris, Asar the name, and he was the first ones where Marduk did one set up to be the first Egyptian pharaoh there, but his brother kill him. Seeing? Babel, gateway of the gods, Babylon's Marduk city in Mesopotamia. So this was the city where Marduk did set up and I say want to set up him own a spaceport. It's really a spaceport and they want to set up, you know. Come I say want shot God blood cleat. Boy in business when him ready. You know want to go over in Israel, go take this, go use the spaceport. And I know Enel come back now, which as the Bible say, Lord God come back, vex and destroy Babylon. And I really that's how them tell me. See me? Bad Tibeira, Ninurta city, smelting and refining gold. Now, you see what me I try to show you now, family. When the gold take away from out of the mine in it, still carry God the place go set up, you know. And now one of them control that, you know, then when it ready for go in it, God is spaceport, you know. You understand me I try to show you them. Alright. That name Bad Tibeira, Ninurta city of smelting and refining gold. Alright. Beacon Peaks, the Great Pyramid of Giza afterward. So now I tell you, after the Great Deluge, they did go on something to set up back these two Beacon Peaks, because them things are important enough for them whole thing, you know. And that's why they have to set up the Giza Pyramid. Yeah, man. Alright. We're going to C section now. Well, being a finish. What? Black Sky Bird. The aerial vehicle of Ninurta. Boat of heaven. Wow, good to me name come out of a be it. Aerial vehicle of various gods and goddesses. Now, Ninurta thing of the blackbird there, or the one special bad boy ship, that different. That is like a war plane. That is like a fighter jet in a free modern time. But as them talk about now, boat of heaven now is like an aerial vehicle of various gods. Nobody know who them call gods, the Anunnaki family, you know. So as I tell you, Enki have him thing, for him pitting them have them thing, for him grand pitting them have. You know them could style it, or them can use certain amount of thing, you know. But the things them it exist. And if me just try to prove, you know, said all these things were here, family. I take them where. All these things were here. So it is the Atlantis that was here. They might try to make it sound like an underwater place. Yes, them did have dwellings underwater, yes. Because them have equipment can manage it and monitor it. But you have to know, say, it's a whole family and everybody have them different places where them are set up. And then it's a competitive family again. So now, you was me I say, the Enkiites versus the Enelites, everybody has set up them thing official and beautiful. You was me I say. And it was all over where them needed it to be. That's why you see with this Atlantis story, you know. It's like them can't pinpoint where Atlantis was. They must say them see this, yeah, so them see that, yeah, so them see that, this, them see that. But guess why? Because Atlantis wasn't one place. They might try to specify and locate Atlantis in a one designated area, but I'm not sorry. You see me I try to say, so even by when me just even read already and more that we are going on, it will show us that there was a vast vibration that go on. Just like how we have with cars and with bikes and with things, everything was flying cars, flying bikes and all these things. We, even when we were Homo erectus, and them come here, and I do them thing, they much, them of them did them thing 200,000 years before them require us and upgrade us, you know. So we were in the Atlanteans world same way. That's why you have this whole Bigfoot thing, but me not too straight the argument. Come over now and when them upgrade we there in the Atlantis world same way. You know when Atlantis smash up, when the blood clay Caucasian race them start getting involved. So even when you listen to some local documentary, they might tell you say Atlantis get destroyed after when the people them start get you know, Ray and blah blah, and like the people them start get evil. That's when the whole Akkadian Empire and this and that and Sodom and Gomorrah, and nothing superficial. Because even you read in the last book of Enki, you know, as I'm even trying to show you, say Atlantis they get destroyed at 11,500 years ago. But I feel that the complete destruction was 4,000 years ago. Because here why I say so now. According to the same book here, one of the receipt pages show me say, when the age of Aries that come in, and the Marduk time for rule, the any lights him say, look here, him done there say my God over the whole and we already, and I go boots up himself the most and I go on. Yeah right, you see all them equipment were there, we now left them with them, we go destroy them. And them keep a meeting and talk to Daddy Anu, and Daddy Anu said, destroy them. Because you see, too, him have him plan, you know, it might sound evil to us when him say destroy, but me kind of understand him want we to come develop for our own things now. Because me tell you the whole story when kingship handed down to we and all the whole of that, you know, cause after the great flood go on, which are the same, what them call it, Atlantis age sinking. If you notice, Atlantis sinking and the end of the ice age at the same time. When you read the last book of Enki, them tell you about olden times. And them say the olden times is between the time when them come here till the ice age vibration. You understand me I deal with? Right. That is the, for them, what them call the olden times. So that olden times, where Babylon translate and I call it Atlantis time or Atlantean time. It's really the olden times. The Anunnaki them call it. And it ended in the same flooding era there where when the shift go on as I'm explaining and I show them and the whole thing start go different. And them decide to them are take away things, them not carry nothing to come here. So the existing things that they left now, they must say we're gonna destroy them, you know. And them agree, some never agree with it. If you say, why would you like Marduk could have vexed, them say, why you not do that? But as well, they must say, civilization, we know I take over the planet now and I start rulership of our own. Them couldn't just give them the things in our own family. Them have to destroy them and make we start new. The only bad thing when they go on when them let go the little big bad nuclear they know where they let off they fall out and kill out enough people. See? So let's show on as I'm even just mention Skybird, aerial vehicle of Ninurta, and the boat of heaven, aerial vehicle of various gods. So if you just imagine, use your imagination, just have an idea what go on. Bond heaven to earth, the complex instruments in the mission control center, branch of life essence, DNA holding chromosome, bull of heaven, Enel's guardian of the landing place, symbol of his constellation. You see it? Now me see Buranu, the river Euphrates. Why me mention it? If me see river Euphrates mentioned in here, so that means it's important. And it's important now because it a dry up. So make we continue. Alright. Cedar Forest. Location of the landing place. That a present day Lebanon now. You hear me say that our landing place. Me never that place there. Remember you have one place in Iraq where they say the mountain top cut off and them say that was an ancient landing place. And even one big man from over there say a true and they must say a lie and yap. Alright. Cedar Mountains, location of Enil's abode in the cedar forest. This up in Lebanon. Now hear me I say now. Seeing Enil is like God upon earth to we. Seeing him is the son of the king of Nibiru. Now you try tell me, you just try use your imagination and think how him abode. They never say house, you know. When you say abode, you talk about one whole complex, you know. But him house, they're different, you know. Okay. When you look at flycraft, when you about helipad, a space pod, a spaceship pod, them have this up. You see, some of us are trying to show the family that the thing did more modernize, man. Modernize. Listen this again now. Celestial chariots, interplanetary spacecraft. You see me I say? Alright. Creation chamber, genetic engineering and domestication facility on the Cedar Mountains. This important. Creator of all, the universal cosmic energy. You see me I say, family, this is how I saw them call for them God, you know. Okay. And they're more powerful than we. And they must say the universal energy of God and we still want to say something else. Some of us are trying to show now. As I say, I go through the glossary and I say if I say anything where I can say, okay, seeing da. See one ya, iya nana, and I like how I nana spell it I with an I, this spell with an E-A-N-N-A. Listen, what is this place now? The 7-staged temple of Anu in Uruk, given to him as a present. So when him did that come, the moment when him did that forward in a place, to come visit after the deluge, them set up your Sophia official. You hear this? You hear it? 7-stage, 7-story. And no boy place this. No boy out here no have no house will look like how this look. This have a daddy, you know. You set up something fine, you know. When if you was standing me I say, and then him, as I'm even talking at some other video, me I talk about Ainana. When daddy I go away, Ainana, him granddaughter, him get the big old bossy place. Plus one spaceship. So listen, if all of that no sound like say, that is a Atlantis type of thing what did I go on. You go as a me try to say, yeah man. This is one and only Eden, location of the Anunnakis' first settlement, the biblical Eden in southern Mesopotamia, later the era of Sumer. See? Ikor, the tall structure in the pre-diluvial mission control center. And after the diluvial thing, and the great period, the great pyramid of Giza after the deluge. So, as I tell you say now, this place I know was a structure where them did want to set up back the pole, yeah. Like how Digicel set up them thing and it now them they set up the great pyramid them. Because them they want this thing to set up within it. Emitter, instrument used together with the pulsar to revive Ainana. Alright. Enkidu, artificial created companion of Gilgamesh. So we are talking about artificial intelligence. It's there for a long time, but Daddy Enki say, nah, use them. Because me are telling you one story, say, Daddy Enila say, we are going to upgrade Homo sapien. Why not make some robot? And man I say, no. Because I know say after a while, when you see when I go want to upgrade them and tamper with them. And we have an invasion as a result for going on the earth right now. So Enkidu is an artificially created companion of Gilgamesh. Just like how me tell you, so when the Sen go revive Ainana, two of them I have to build the same way and Sen go for her. Enki Medu, a lieutenant of Enki, the first landing party. So you know so that means spaceship thing. In Ninu, the temple abode of Ninurta, in the sacred precinct of Lagash. The temple abode of Ninurta. Right? See, you know it's a part of Atlantis that you look upon again. You see me I did from reference overstand these things. This was weird. This is where you have the Atlantis. It can't come in no other way. Because no other race not there do nothing 500,000 years ago. You was a man say it's so easy. You know what I mean? Alright. Let me see if I find out no more. Iridu, the first settlement on earth established by Enki, is everlasting center and abode in Shumar. As I tell you, you must know, so be everything that set up there, so. Isagil, temple of Marduk in Babylon. Same Atlantis, because you know, a boy temple, some big old black a carve out and a levitate go put down. But if you just know, just picture the thing, family. It's not hard for a picture. Evil wind, the death bearing nuclear cloud drifting towards eastward towards summer. Right? May I tell you about the nuclear thing? Yeah. Father of all beginning, the universal creator of all, the cosmic energy. You see that? Them not have no God name, no man, no Jesus, no Allah, no Buddha, no Krishna. Nothing like that. And them more have knowledge than we. So when make we are fallen, I say something else. Eh? Firmament, the asteroid belt. The remnant of the broken up half of Tiamat. And the next piece of the moon, them say. The first region of civilization granted to mankind in Sumer. That's when the Kushites get the thing. And you know, say them have to set up both the place, give it. Nobody asks. Nobody asks them the question there. Fourth region, the Sinai Peninsula, location of the post-diluvial spaceport. You hear me just say? And no carried port, me say, you know, or ship dock, you know. Spaceport. Well, Gaga, the moon of Anshar of Saturn, as I tell you, them give for them things different name. And them say after the Nibiru's passage, it become the planet Pluto. So that's why you see scientists are way your mind whether it is a planet or a moon. See the reality there. Gaida, youngest son of Enkaim and Enoch in the Bible. Gateway to heaven, the purpose of the launch tower facility built by Marduk in Babylon. The man that tell you say, at that time, the one female thing for can take off. Alright. Gig you know. Ainana's house of nighttime pleasure. These are the first Oros and Go-Go Club. What them say create. On the planet Earth, yeah. Ainana set you up. That's why she had the mother all that, you know. As on me that. Me showing on some previous videos that I do about Lucifer, you know. Guru, a lieutenant of Enki at the first landing. Ham, second son of the ear of the Deluge, brother of Shem and Japheth. Alright, them say the emerald bracelet, the asteroid belt, is also called the firmament. So that's a way for we look at fencing run off. Heavenly bright object, a sacred divine device enshrined in the site of a kingship. We mentioned that in some videos I'm reason about. Oran, the Egyptian god now called Horus. House of fashioning, listen now. Genetic laboratory in the cedar forest for crops and livestock. House of healing, the medical biological facilities of Ninma in Shorabak. Take me down. House of life, the biogenetic facilities of Enki in the Abzu. So notice in 3 different eras them a ball out here so to win, but still yet you must know say some big old complex them are set up in a family. House of this, house of that. You think a house of fashion. You was a me say family, just when me talk, me just want now using imagination a picture. The size sitting there where you're supposed to see. Eh? Oh my gosh, man. Igigi, the 300 Anunnaki assigned to shuttlecraft and the way station on Mars, abducted female Earthlings as wife. So this is the story them talk about the Watchers, you know. Going at them thing there again. Overnight, man. Imperishable star, the Egyptian name for the planet from which Ra had come to Earth. Sun them I talk about. Yeah. Ainana, daughter of Nana and Ingal, twin sister of Yuto, who betrothed to the Mose, ferocious in war, lusty in lovemaking, mistress of Uruk and of the third region, known as Ishtar in Akkadian, associated with the planet we call Venus. But that's have a punch that in as me see it. Because I kind of do some reason about them things there, so my time you couldn't find the thing same time. Inbu, a fruit brought from Nibiru to earth, a source of the Anunnaki's elixir. Because they used to drink wine and all them things there, you know. Bam. Let me see now. Come down here, so now. Ki mean firm ground, planet Earth. That's why Enki mean ruler of Earth, you know. Bam. King Yu, Earth's moon, Tiamat, principal satellite after the celestial battle. Kishi, first city of men in Sumer where kingship began, where the Kushite started. You see it? Kula, calling me my nice name for no going to Pitney, you know, a lieutenant of Enki during the first landing. So you see it, soldier if you have place to stay. Okay. General place of it different. Alright, look on this now. Larsa, one of Anunnaki's pre-diluvial cities. One of, okay, re-established after the deluge. Lagash, built the same time as Larsa, both to serve as beacon cities after the deluge. Re-established as Ninurta's principal city. Seeing Lahamu, Lahamu, the planet we call Venus. Seeing? So yes, so me show you right there, so a while ago, family. Yeah? So all these cities where I think they exist are part of the same vibration that I show you, man. It was Atlantis. There's nothing else. It just simple. Land of the two narrows, the lands along the river Nile. Land beyond the seas, the Americas, and it was settled by Cain's descendants. Seeing? Lamu, Lahmu, the planet we call Mars. So, as I not show them say, them call the thing them different from where every other generation come and rulers come call them thing different, mostly. Now we call it Mars, it name Lamu. Landing place, the platform for skyships and rocket ships in the Cedar Mountains. So she says skyship different from rocket ship though. Because rocket ship are the one where I go straight to blood cleat Mars with the goal, you know. And him load, you know, so him have to take off, you know. Yeah, man. I'm going to drop off on Mars and then them load up the mothership and show about. Platform for skyships and rocket ships here. Alright. Lower Abzu, the southern tip of Africa, domain of Nergal and Urshigal. Seeing? Two Anunnaki them there again. You must know, say, I know underneath tent the people them live family. We don't expect that. We know a must some official thing, and as I tell you, is a Anunnaki family affair and a competition. Who have the boss's house? So you know, I see what them a set up. You know, I just go down a overstanding, say, all of this me I tell you about, I eat the great and Atlantis, so them a go on like them no know. And I go on like it difficult. Lower world, the southern hemisphere, including southern Africa and Antarctica. Right? Lulu, the genetically engineered hybrid, the primitive worker. So the only time when I buck up on the word of Lulu again in a history when Haile Selassie, little puppy, favorite puppy we have. Name so. That I just want little sign in my throat for we, and I don't love go buy a cash pot with phone or little signs. I don't even show one sign for show say know what I go on. Marduk, firstborn son and legal heir of Enki and Damkina, worship as Ra in Egypt. See? Me, the tiny object encoded with formulas for all aspects of science and civilization. Melhula, ancient Nubia. Mena, the kings whose reign began the first dynasty of Egyptian pharaohs. Me I wonder if I him and the same Nenma. Because you know them love transfer thing in a Mena, it does sound near. The first, you know man? Yeah man. Mena Nefer, Egypt's first capital, which we call Memphis now. Mission Control Center in Nibiruki, Nippur before the deluge, and after the deluge, they carried upon Mount Moriah. Mount Mashu, the instrument-equipped mount at the post-diluvial Sinai spaceport. You catch a drift from me as a family. All of my call them, just want you just get an imagination going wild. Mount of showing the way, Mount Moriah, site of the post-diluvial Mission Control Center. Alright. Nabu, son of Marduk, and Serpent organized human followers of Marduk. The Nubians, that's the name, Nabu, Nubians. You see it? Alright. Urim. I'm not touch that one there. Naval of the Earth, epithet for the location of the Mission Control Center. So you say Mission Control Center, you know, now one little phone boat me I talk about. Oh, ja. Nergal, son of Enki, ruler of Lower Abzu, with his spouse Henry Shigal, never me tell you, for them place bossy, unleash the nuclear weapons together with the Nerta. Cause him they go take side, you know. Yeah man, him go take side, man. So you think this is a nuclear weapon unleashed? So you think a slingshot them sling it out? A spaceship them in a fly and blow up the place. And decide to them well, got this as a finishing touch. This was when the whole Sodom and Gomorrah thing are going on. This was 4,000 years ago. This was when them say, as me did make me just talk about it. This is when them say, this happened 4,000 years ago when the age of Aries did come in. And a Marduk did rule that age there. So the remaining things them, as I tell you now, from the post-diluvial stage, what they left over after they will survive, so to speak, or even they create after it too. Them they still there. But them keep a meeting with Daddy Anu, and Daddy Anu say, you know what? You see through the plans, so we're going to get Earthlings rulership for themselves and everything. We're going to give them, but we can't give them equipment here. Because at that time they know Acadians and how much different type of races start coming into existence, you know. Because they check 4,000 years ago, you know, say Caucasian, they deb out. Not fully up and running and get trouble, you know, but they deb out. So, all of this confusion, they lead Daddy Enki Fiase and Daddy Anu Fiase. Destroy these things, because they're too modernized for we. And if we get all of them, just imagine what we would have done with them right now. So, in a reality, we can still say the last of Atlantis destroyed 4,000 years ago, same way, according to the last book of Enki. Neteru, Egyptian word for gods, meaning guardian watchers. Nibiru, home planet of the Anunnaki, its orbitical period Ashar, which is a 3,000 year period. So no people say Nibiru mixed up with Planet X. No, Planet X is the sun when Nibiru orbits around, family. Saying Nibiruki, the original mission control center, Enel city in Sumer called Nippur in Akkadian. Saying Ninger Siga, lieutenant of Enki's first landing. All that I show you, all when me I talk about, me just I try to call out anything we can show you say yes, Atlantis it exists. Ningizida, son of Enki, master of genetics and other sciences, called Teuti, also taught in ancient Egypt. Went with followers to America where he was disposed by after he was disposed by his brother Marduk. So him they going to the Americans to take over and get the name that's what me tell them become for them God up there. That's why we see all these temples up there. Come carry the same vibes that go up there, you know. Come down the line in an end. Right. Ninma, half sister of Anunnaki of Enel, mother of Ninurta by Enel, chief medical officer of Anunnaki, helped NK to genetically engineer the primitive worker. As she now did carry the first us, the Adamu in our womb, you know, and it come out successful. Alright. Come down at the end. North Crest, abode of Enel in the Cedar Mountain. As I say, you know I must some bossy place that. Nungal, pilot of a spacecraft. Alright. Olden times, the period that began with the first landing and ended with the deluge, the deluge. Now, as I tell your family, say, some say Atlantis, it can go two ways. It can happen from the 12,000 year period as well, they must say within science, or it can really be that 4,000 year ago vibration there also. Remember me I try showing that, you know. Yeah, it can happen, but through the matter I say Noah's flood time and it's the too near and controversy, they must, you know, they must put it way back. But in reality, when you look, as well they must say olden time is the period that began with the first landing. That means 450,000 years ago and ended with the deluge. So you can have so it's either you're gonna have the deluge as the ice age melting vibration we go on, where them say that was a great flood and them have to start over, or you can have it down at the 4,000 years when them did that blow up the place and let go the poison gas and all of that, because even flooding did not go on took enough things that they blow up because flooding and all of that for happen. When them about me kick off from them cars, nah, me, you know, cause you're Putin I say him have a couple of them, so you must know so them supposed to did have them too. So the olden times, as what me I say, can be termed as the Atlantean time. That's how them put it said end at certain time. You see the confusion them I try to create. So as what me I say, in my little observation, the end of Atlantis can be the 11,000 odd years ago with the ice age, because as I say, a lot of damage is going on at time there. And it continue, it seal up, it finish up with the 4,000 years ago thing what involves Sodom and Gomorrah. And through the mass of them now left the equipment with us, because we are come now to come develop our own thing. But that's why you overstand them I try to say. Plant of life used by Enki's robotic emissaries to revive Ainana. Why I read that them Enki have all them things if you lift up there. But the same as a robotic emissaries. So I see same thing as I build with the Enkidu thing. When we get Gilgamesh, you know. Place of celestial chariot, spaceport of the Anunnaki. Spaceport, you know, family. Just pray with me I say, man. Prior times are the period of events on Nibiru before them come to earth, you know. Peter, Enki's name in Egypt, meaning the developer. Pulsar instrument used together with the emitter to revive the dead. Modern people, modern time family. Atlantis Ra talk about, man. Ra, the Egyptian name for Marduk, meaning the bright one, the sun. Serpent, an earthling the wife of Marduk, mother of Nabu, Nubians. Satu, son of Marduk and Serpent, the Egyptian god known as Set. So me tell you about the Set and Asur thing, Set and Osiris thing, see there? Satu him name. Alright, second region, Egypt and Nubia. Right, seed of life, genetic material encoding all life forms, DNA. Shar, one orbitical period of nearby around the sun, equivalent to 3,600 Earth years. Alright, let me see if we can go through quickly again. Sarokin, the one we call Sargon the First. Alright. Shurabak, healing center of Ninma before the deluge and re-established thereafter. You see that? Healing center. That's what we call hospital out there. What you know, that's what you think now. Eh? No hospital where you have your so we're more modern, not supposed to look bossy and clean like that. That was Atlantis family. Me just wanna get the picture, you know. Saying, me just wanna get the picture when me I try to say. Sipar, the spaceport city in pre-diluvial times, commanded by Yuto, is called center after the deluge. See? So you see say the deluge thing are really up in the 12,000, 11,000 odd year period when the flooding did go on. But that's what I explain, man. I see him where it go, man. The complete destruction of Atlantis was 4,000 years ago. Sipar, alright, I mentioned that already. Skybirds, aircraft of the Anunnaki for flying in Earth's skies. Okay, so that show about flying car and car make a good one we not go crash. And the car make a good blood clean car when not steer. What them call them? Without them crashing at people. When the car make a good electric car without them blow up. And them a thing you go on. One thing me not hear in a mechanic place. Me not see that mentioned. A joke, you don't know it's anyway with technical thing there. The mechanics have to do there. Stormbird, Ninurta's aerial battlecraft. Ninurta's aerial battlecraft. I hit him use and drop the blood clot, big bad bomb, you know. Hit him use and run down Marduk, mash up Marduk have to run go in a Giza pyramid, go hide. Yeah man, boss come back out and jump in the spacecraft and blow up every door for going there. See him Ningizi that for go save him. I don't know boy I think family I go. I just want to have a picture, you know, what go on, you know. Even the fighter them say Oran, which are Horus we call him now, and Satu they go on which are Set we call now. And them showing a movie with wing and them a fly with wing pan back. I don't nothing like that. I don't nothing like that. Big bad spaceship the man in me now man. Up and down, up and down. Up and blood cleat down. So they can't stay there. That was the Atlantis family. That's what them say after Atlantis come what? Kemet, Nubia, Egypt. Them always try to add it with that. Because they don't want to confuse if you say advanced things that are going over in a summer, you know. Sod, S-U-D, a nurse. Also the epithet name for Ninil, name of the Enil spouse, Susanna, one of the 7 birth mothers of the first earthlings. Susiana, all that's a nice name for no go to you. Tablets of Destinies, devices used in mission control center to track and control orbits and trajectories. Later on are recorded unilateral decisions. You see me, David? Third region, Dominion, a lot with Ainana, Indus Valley. That's a flinging in that. Tiamat, primordial planet that broke up the celestial battle, giving rise to the asteroid belt and to the Earth. So Earth did name Tiamat, but when Planet X did come through now, Seeing? After thing that start get a planet around him now, you know. That daddy Planet X, you know. And him a come back through now. They must say this a thing and they go on. So Tiamat now heard the name Tiamat. So they must say now when piece of that broke off now, it now gonna make the asteroid belt. And some say piece of moon same way. Tiamat. You see that? Tiamat, wife of Adam, first earthling female to procreate. You see it? Why them give her the name? Madam, you see it? Alright, Titi, spouse of the first civilized man. So she was the first civilized woman, now out of the Adapites, now wife of Adapa, mother of Cain and Abiel. Alright. Yonongi, city built for Anu's visit. You see that? And we not tell about the big old 7 blood place store place that them built for the general. And later given to Ainana, later called Uruk, the biblical Eric, throne city of Gilgamesh and other demigods. Come down here, so. Urim, Nanar city in Sumer, and the land's capital 3 times, including at the time of the Great Calamity, a thriving center of culture, industry, and international trade. Why the international trade word does come in, like, it does, center of culture and industry. You see, so nothing new under the sun, though, family. And even if you never go on pan earth, you say that go on pan Nibiru before earth, see me. So nothing new underneath, no sun. Oh boy, international trade, eh? You see it in a movie and think a joke thing. Alright. Come down here, so now. Water of life used to revive Ainan and bring her back from the dead. Water of youth promised by Ra to his followers in the afterlife. 2 different religions that now we just say, immortality, resurrection, and Malakadid afterlife. Alright, damn. Weapons of terror, nuclear weapons used first on Nibiru, then finally on Earth. Listen to one you know. Whirlwinds, helicopter-like aerial vehicles of the Anunnaki. You know, catch me, I try to say to them family. John knows star. Everything is just there. Well, it finished right now. I double that me reach. So, I'm glad to come in on this to go over the hour mark same way. Family, I'm going to do a video about the destruction. So me finish with any little more thing me have to say. But me just try showing the plain and straight say. All of me just talk about was written. Them have it at the museum put down. The last book of Enki there, them just need to go validate it. And it can assist with if you can overstand enough more things better. So Atlantis was really the Anunnaki them time. That's what them say when they just come here till when the post-deluge go on. It's simple. But them just want it look hard. Give thanks to your family. Love and light. I'm going to do a next video about the destruction same way. So yeah, them can tune in and look out and listen out. As always, research important. Rastafari.